Yo, what's going on, y'all? Jason Trio here with Bitrio.com. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. And I'm messing around with these intros, curious to see how that sounds when I play it back. So Anchor, if you don't know, they have all these sounds, and I didn't know. My brother was messing around with it on his podcast. He just started one up. I'm spreading the news. So he started a podcast up, and he was like, I was like, yo, how'd you get that music? He had music on it. And he was like, oh, Anchor's got all this stuff you can do. I'm like, where the hell is that? So I'm now messing around with all these sounds. Yeah, you can have like an intro, an outro, all these music. There's so much to do. There's so much to learn. And there's so many tools, man. Now, of course, I don't want to be over here on this screen clicking a sound and having it go down like that. But if I could download these, I don't think I can. So it just has to be add to episode. So I create my episodes on OBS. I don't know what the deal is. This one, like, create your episode for Anchor if you're creating it right from your browser, which I think I used to do that. I don't know. Maybe I always used OBS. And I was also looking too. I got like 390 or 290 podcast episodes, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. That's a long time, dude. Making a podcast every day. I don't remember when I found Anchor, but I was making videos. It's been 2 years now making videos. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool, dude. Just being out here, just talking, you know, having fun. Having coffee right now, dude. It got creamer in it. Having the creamer edition coffee. Creamer. And this is some buttercream or something we're having. It's delicious. Creamer and coffee is delicious. I don't do it often, though, because it ain't really good for you. Even though, what is this? You know, I think it's the Natural Bliss or something. It doesn't have oil in it, or maybe it does. It has coconut oil. Yeah, I don't know. Is coconut oil good? I really don't want to just be putting oil in my body and shit. Even, you know, I wish I was more healthy, but I just can't. It's hard to stay on a healthy regimen. I'm trying though. I mean, I'm not a total fat fuck. I'm trying to stay on a healthy regimen, you know? I'm probably a little overweight. What am I right now? I'm probably like 195 pounds. I could look good. I mean, I look decent, but I could look good at like 180 pounds, but I could look shredded at 170 pounds. 170 pounds. Actually, yeah, that's probably where I would be. 170 pounds, I'd be pretty fucking shredded, looking great. But will I ever get there? I don't know. That's super tight. That's super thin. I'll probably hang around the 180 range. And if I get up to like 200, which I have been, I think the heaviest I've ever been was like 206. And I was fat. I was fat, dude. Can't be 200. I gotta get out of that range. That was my goal for a while, though, to be 200 pounds. It's like, I want to be 200 pounds, but muscle. I didn't want to be like fat. So right now, I'm like 190, probably right in that range, 193, something like that. Medium mix, fat, muscle. But if I drop to 180, or I could probably even be 190, thick, decent. But that's not where my frame's meant to be, you know? My frame's meant to be lean, dude. I'm a lean dude. I'm meant to be a lean frame. You know, maybe I'll get on the camera one of these days when I don't have to rely on a 9 to 5. I don't have to rely on a rat race, you know? Then I can just do whatever I want. Which kind of is the thing from, what's his name? The 5-Hour Work Week. He says, you know, just quit your job. Fuck it. You know, you got to just go out and do it. What's his name? Tim? I want to say Tim Pool. I want to say Tim Draper, but I know it's not either of those. It's Tim fucking... Babe, what was that dude's name who wrote the 5-Hour Work Week? Tim Ferriss. Thank you. Tim Ferriss. That's who it was. Tim motherfucking Ferriss, bro. Too many Tims. Timmy, Tim. So yeah, that's what he says in the book. I had my wife read it and translate it to me. Like, hey babe, can you read this book for me and tell me what it's all about? You read this book, babe? Come on now. Come on, please read this book for me. Will you do that? So she did, because she likes to read, so she read it. And yeah, you know, that's what he says in there, to do that. And I get it, you know, when my back was up against the wall, I was facing foreclosure. It happened multiple times in my life. I was facing foreclosure on my house, about to lose my house. I didn't have a job. Unemployment. I was on unemployment, and unemployment was running out. And I was calling around like crazy. I was calling around trying to get a job. Crazy. I was like, my hustle, dude. I was working, trying to get it. Finally got a job. And I saved myself. There was also, I have this one time, and I have it, the ATM right here in my book. It's taped to the inside cover of my book that I keep all my bills in. And it's an ATM receipt from July 17th, 2013 at 12:03 p.m. I withdrew $40 from my bank account to pay for tolls. I was going, I don't know, I was going to like New York City or something. Maybe, I forget. I think I was going to New York. Manhattan. I mean, $40, is that enough for Manhattan? I think the George W. Well, this was probably back when the George W. toll was like $15. I think now it's $20. So $15, and then I would pay parking on my card. So this would get me through the tolls. And my available balance was $21.14. So it was the 17th of the month. It was the middle of the month. I had $21.14 in my bank account, and my mortgage was coming up at the end of the month. And I was taking out $40 to go to New York to work and make money. And you know, I'll never forget that, man. Like that's that back up against the wall type of thing, where that drives you, that pushes you to do stuff. It's super risky, super scary, because you know there's real consequences. You could really fall, you could really fail. Then what, you know? So you quit your job to do something, and then it doesn't work out. Well, then you might really fail. That's not good. That's scary. But that's that drive that pushes you harder to succeed. You know, right now, if you're working, you got a 9 to 5 and you're just chilling, it's easier not to try. It's easier to just be like, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll put it off. Or there's no burning desire. There's no will really to do it. And that whole burning desire, that will, I learned that from Think and Grow Rich. So I listened to that. I think it was like 16 hours, that audio podcast, whatever it was. I listened to it on the train to work, and then on the train back from work. I had like an hour train ride into the city. This is when I was going into Philly, going into the city. Maybe it was like 45-minute train ride. It was like an hour total commute, maybe a little longer. And I was listening to that on the train each way. Boom, boom. And the only book I've ever read was a poker book. Maybe I should read books. You know, people say to read books, but it just seems slow with the internet. It seems slow with the internet nowadays. Reading a book, man, seems fucking slow. Like, you know, I want my shit now. But there is some goodness, I think, in reading a book, because it gets you in that mindset. It gets you to comprehend maybe in a different way. And that's another problem. I do have reading comprehension issues, man. Like, I had to keep reading the sentence. Like, what the fuck did he say? What? Like, I could read the words and just gloss through the book, but comprehending? Nah, you know, comprehension is hard for me. So, you know, I'm just doing it like this. But, you know, hey, health, family, Bitcoin, man. I am grateful as hell that I have found this route And it's been, let me pull my book out again. It's been 3 years now, over 3 years since I first discovered Bitcoin. Now, I did discover it back whenever. I don't even know the date. I don't even know when it was, but I heard of it, I discovered it. I was like, oh. And then I just immediately disregarded it, brushed it off, said that's some monopoly money. I still remember my thought though. Probably one of my biggest regrets, obviously, right? But I can't, I can't be too hard on myself. That's the life lessons that you live, that you learn through living. And what it was is, I heard about Bitcoin and I immediately thought, man, I could barely afford to live in real life with real money. How the fuck can I afford to gamble or put my money into this monopoly money shit? And that's what I thought. And I was like, these people that are putting their money into this, how the fuck can they even afford to do that? I could barely afford to do real life shit. And that's when I was super tight with money, like had no money at all, house poor, and just fucking throwing shit on a credit card. Like, yo, this shit was super scary. But all that growing up and having those high financial debt burdens, I wish I didn't have to. If I could go back, I would probably change it. But having all that now is like, man, I learned a lot from that. And that helps me appreciate and not do it again. Because the shit's real. I don't want to be stuck another 10, 12, 15 years with high-ass debt waiting to pay that shit off. Still not paid off. The penalty is fucking severe, dude. Make a mistake, you buy a house at the top of the market, well, that market still hasn't come around yet for me since 2008. This shit takes a long fucking time. So that's why I don't want to hear when people say, oh, it only goes up, oh, you should buy now, oh, you should sell, you should flip, you should do this. Like, no, dude. Well, then how come my house isn't worth what I bought it for in 2008 at the peak? If it only goes up, is this time different? This time's different. And it could be, who knows? With the whole inflation shit, you never know what's gonna happen. But I found love, man. I found true love in Bitcoin. And of course, money's not the most important thing. That's why I say health, family, Bitcoin in that order. Because you have to take care of your health and family first. And then you take care of your finances. And Bitcoin is that best finance. So yeah, it's been 3 years, September 6th, 2017, since I discovered Bitcoin and actually acted. And I'm grateful for that. I'm proud of that. Because even though I can look at other people and be like, oh, that dude's got a lot of money, he's got $1 million house, it's paid off, he's making 6 figures or more, 7 figures, whatever, and say, oh, that guy's got a lot. Yeah, of course I'm jealous of those people. But the Bitcoin thing is so great in that the total supply of it never inflates. So you can carve out a little niche, you can carve out a little piece of that, and you can hold on to that, and it's always going to be that percentage of the total pie, no matter what. There's nothing anybody could do. Nowadays you get $1 million, it's not really that impressive. People have billions of dollars. Soon we're gonna have the first trillionaire. But there was a time when $1 million was a huge deal. It was, it was big. It was rare. So you have to keep chasing, constantly chasing and chasing and chasing. With Bitcoin, it's totally different. You don't have to chase shit. Everything chases Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the bottom line. Bitcoin is the end game. Bitcoin is the place you go when you don't have anywhere else left to turn. That's how amazing Bitcoin is. And I'd say in time it will be obvious how amazing Bitcoin is. Everyone's cashing out of all these altcoins, you know, the goal is to cash out and get more dollars, or cash out and get more Bitcoin, you know, flip. It's the flip game. Well, Bitcoin is the ultimate answer. That's where you land. That's the denominator. Bitcoin is where you land. Now, I know it's a little confusing now because people are still cashing out for US dollars from Bitcoin, where you have Bitcoin and you're cashing out into the US dollar. And I get that. You know, you got bills to pay, you know, for short term. That's fine. You know, that's a little bit of my plan too. You know, I want to pay my house off, I want to buy a house. So I want to do these things. But it's not, you know, it's short term. You're taking that short term because in the long term that Bitcoin is going to be worth way more. But you're taking a bet. You're saying, hey, look, you know, I want to pay this off now instead of waiting another 4 years, another 5 years, another 2 years, whatever it is. You know, you're paying the price for that immediate satisfaction. You can wait and it will be better. And that's the thing with Bitcoin. You don't have to chase nothing. You sit on it. And the world comes and chases Bitcoin. That's just the amazing thing that Bitcoin is, man. That's why I say Bitcoin is true love, because you can always trust it. You know, it'll never cheat. The numbers don't lie. You can always trust it to be true and accurate. And that's what it is, you know, like Robert Breedlove says, the whole number zero, Bitcoin in the number zero, you know, that's probably something like true love, you know, I don't know, love, right? Love in tennis is love zero, pretty sure. Love is zero in tennis, you know, so zero and love, they might have some sort of connection in the universe. And that's fucking deep, some deep shit, man. And like I say, dude, every day I'm grateful. Right now I'm grateful. You know, you take a moment to be grateful for the things in life, you know, that if you recognize Bitcoin is the sun, Bitcoin is like the sun. So the sun is the center of the universe or whatever. It's hot heat. Without the sun, we wouldn't be shit. Well, Bitcoin is like the sun of the financial world. And in time, it's going to be obvious. You know, in time, it's going to be obvious. There's nothing truer or more valuable than Bitcoin ever. It's intense, man. It's fucking intense, you know? The whole Byzantine generals problem, start there. If you don't understand anything about it and you're like, this guy's got a boner and a hard on for Bitcoin, for what? You know, it's slow and this and that. Look up the Byzantine generals problem. I put a video out there, Mike Maloney's video. Look up Mike Maloney's shit. I just shortened it, clipped it, gave Mike credit, and slapped out the Byzantine general cartoon part. It's really, you know, that's really where you should start to understand, like, wow. So you mean to tell me that there's been a problem, the double spend problem, the Byzantine generals problem for thousands of years, it's never been solved, and now this Bitcoin thing is saying that it solved it? Okay, well, is that true? Let me look into that. Let me think about this. Let me research this. Let me find out. Is that true? And if it is, it's fucking an invention on par with the light bulb, with electricity, with the internet. And that's what we're talking about here. Now that's some deep ass shit. This is what Creamer does to me. Creamer be getting me going, bro. So 3 full years, you know, that's something too that I didn't notice. Like, wow, you know, been in this for 3 years. And the time is like, it's over in a blink of an eye. Snap of a finger. 3 years, really? 3 years, really? Let me try to think back and play all the memories and all the days that I had in those 3 years. It seems weird that it's been 3 years already. It's hard to time, you know? Time's another thing, like a mind fuck. The hell's time? Thinking about time. That's a tough one. I don't know. I haven't put much thought in time, but I do think about it sometimes. And it's hard to comprehend time, you know? Is time different based on where you are in space? Whoa, space and time. Now you're bringing another thing in? You know, I don't even know. Shit's wild. All right, well, that was a nice 20-minute long discussion. Little talk, coffee talk. Little coffee talk. All right, so what do we do in Axie, man? We bred this beast. That's what we did. We bred this beast. Oh, yes, we did. Is he gonna be good? I sure hope so. He's gonna come out with an antenna horn. That's the plan. Nice little antenna beast. Now, really what I want is an antenna beast destroyer. I want an antenna beast destroyer. I want him to have antenna, Ronin, and double nut. Now, you might think that the ears are bad, being plant. And he's got Mavis eyes. They both come from the same family, believe it or not. I mean, it's pretty easy to believe, right? They both got the same horn, ears, and eyes. They both come from the same family, but I think they're one generation removed from each other. So that way they could be bred again. You can't breed kids, you know, I don't know what it is, but then you could breed kids. Like, so you just have to skip a generation. So this dude was bred through these two, which here's the lineage right here. This is the lineage. This Axie goes up to the similar parent, and then this one was bred through these two. Okay, so I had another thing one. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess I made a family tree, dude. That's kind of cool about Axie. You can make a little family tree, and I sold a couple of those guys. I sold Thing 2, even though I labeled him Thing 1. I thought maybe he would sell better if I labeled him Thing 1, but in reality he is Thing 2. I had Thing 1 and Thing 2. They're twins. Here they are right here. This is the real Thing 1 because he's the older brother or sister. These could be girls. So he's the older one, 076, 147076, and the other one is 147, I think, you know, something. 3 breeds. I bred that one out 3 times too and sold it for 0.25 ETH. Stuff's gonna go up. These Axies are gonna go up, you know. So hopefully I get a antenna Ronin double nut. That would be nice. And yeah, I'm gonna breed these. I'm gonna breed this bird. I don't know about this one, I just bought it, but I'm gonna breed that bird for sure. And yeah, man, you know, I got my dudes up for sale, man. Pretty expensive. My lot is expensive. You know, you might see these guys on YouTube. You know, that might be worth something. Hey, I made a video with this guy. He's in a thumbnail. Scary ass Axie. You can look that shit up on YouTube. You can see that dude. He's actually on YouTube multiple times. So you do get a little bit. You got Johnny up here, but yeah, see, $190. Pretty pricey. They'll sell though. I think the Axie prices are just going to keep going up and up and up. But I also think that the cheap ones, the ones that really aren't great, are going to keep going down and down and down. So you'll have your opportunity. There's one dude that's commenting on my videos. What up, dude? Who is he? Let's see. Oh, so I just changed this to public subscribers. So, you know, I haven't responded public subscribers. So if you want to comment on my shit and have me respond, make sure you're a public subscriber, or else I might not respond. But I was responding to this guy. So Joshua Prado, what up, bro? You know, you could do it, man. I don't know what country you're from, but you could do it. Just work, you know. That's what you got to do. You got to work. That's the basis of anything. If you don't have money and you're like, how do I make money in crypto? How do I make money in gaming? How do I make money in doing anything? You should get a minimum wage job. Get a minimum wage job. Get a fucking bitch ass job that's pumping gas or making fucking pizzas or delivering pizzas or, you know, wiping asses or cleaning shit or doing roofing. That's what I did. I was a roofer, dude. I was a fucking roofer for years. I did concrete. I did asphalt. I did roofing. I built pools. I did some excavation, even though I wasn't good at it. I was just like a helper with the shovel. But do it, labor. I mean, if you're a dude, you know, that's your best shit. Just be a fucking laborer. Go out there and fucking bust your ass. It's not even really that hard. Just do it. Get used to it. Yeah, you know, it sucks in the hot and the cold. You're out there all day. But it makes a man of you, man. It makes you fucking appreciate, you know, I look back on all those jobs that I had, and I can look back and be like, man, I learned something from every single one of those jobs. All that hardship, all the fun. It was fun too. Even if it was hard, it was still fun. It was still an experience. Having, this is kind of the weird thing of life too, man. Like, having struggle makes it exciting. Having some sort of pain makes it real. And you can look back and be like, yeah, you know what, that was hard, but I can look back on that now and I appreciate that moment. And in the moment it sucked and I didn't want to do it, but I'm way better off for having gone through that and experiencing it and doing it and not quitting like a little bitch, you know. And then also when you work hard, your time off is way more appreciated. You're like, dude, the weekends are fucking lit. You're happy as shit. You know, it's great. Your time off is great. When you're working and doing shit, and then you get time off, dude, it's so much more appreciated and so much more glorious. It really is. Your time off is fucking beautiful when you're working, compared to when you're sitting around all day not doing shit. You know, your time off is just another day. Like, well, I'm off all the fucking time anyway, so this is nothing. You know, you become entitled, become a piece of shit is really what you become. You know, you're fucking garbage. You need that struggle in life, man. So, you know, I don't know your situation, I don't know anyone's situation, but if I speak from my situation, if you don't have money and you're trying to start anything, just go get a fucking job. Go get a minimum wage job. Start saving your fucking money. You ain't gonna want to do it. You ain't gonna want to work that shitty ass job. But you're gonna have some money. And now you could take some gambles. Now you could take some risks. So let's say you work and you make $20 for the week. You know, maybe you got $20 now. Okay, well, what do you want to do? You want to go to the casino and throw that $20 on red? Do it. You know, now you got a little money, you can gamble. Well, if you lose your money, well, then you can you go to work next week, make another $20. You know, what do you want to do? You want to start up some Axie? Start up an Axie farm? Do it. Take $20. See what's on the market here. See what's on the market, this Axie market here. We're gonna go for the cheapest Axie, so $17. All right, so it'll take you 3 weeks. Make $20 a week. Take you 3 weeks. You get yourself a team. Bam. And then you just start grinding. Then you just start playing. You'll make that money back in another 3 weeks. You know, time's gonna go by. This is another thing I think about in life that we don't appreciate or we don't think about. As time goes on, we have the opportunity to accumulate. We have the opportunity to build on top of things in life, because time is the equation in all things successful. You know, I don't know, fucking that requires success or that are great. Time is in that equation. You know, things don't just happen overnight. So do things over time. And time's one of the things that we can't stop either. So we might feel like we're just sitting around doing nothing. Be like, you know what? I ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna stop time. This is what we think. I'm gonna stop time. I ain't gonna do shit. I'm just gonna sit on the couch, watch TV all day. Well, let's say you do that for 3 weeks. You, in your mind, you don't think that you're doing anything really negative. You're just like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. I'm not doing anything good. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just here. But in reality, you know, that has consequences. That has effects, either positive or negative effects. And in that case, it has negative effects because you're not doing anything. You're just sitting around. It both has physical and mental negative effects. So that's what got me to think about doing my dailies, and I do all these things on a daily basis. Like, look, even though I'm not mentally motivated and I don't feel like doing this shit not one goddamn day, but I keep doing them. I keep doing these things. Cold shower, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, reading the kids a story at bed, 30 deep breaths, making a video every day, investing. What else am I fucking doing? Is that it? I think I got like 8 things now. You know, whatever. Just doing things. And there's going to be another thing that I got coming up. It's going to be running a mile a day. Fuck! I'm going to have a lot of shit to do. So running a mile a day, that's going to be my next thing. It's been on my mind for a while. So my theory is that if I just keep doing these things every day, it's going to build up on top of each other. And I'm going to be better. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be better. Instead, if I was just not doing anything or just doing whatever, I would be worse. And that's what you got to think about. You know, time. People want things right now. So do I. Oh, not jerking off. I don't jerk off. That's another thing. When you jerk off, you get that instant gratification for very little or minimal work or effort. So that's a trick for your mind. That's the opposite of what you want to achieve or go after in life. You don't want instant gratification because it's not realistic. Things take time. So you want to stay in the realistic world. You don't want to have wild expectations where you could just turn the computer on and there's some hot chick and you're busting a nut to. So it doesn't make any sense. Do it in real life, you know, do it in real life. Fuck chicks in real life. That's the answer. You know, if that's what you want to do that. It's way more fulfilling when you do it in real life because there's a bit of a chase, you know, it's not just right there. You have to actually work for it. And then when you get rewarded for your work, that's the good part. When you jerk off though, you get rewarded for no work, no effort. You can get it whenever you want. And eating too, you know, eating is probably the same thing where you eat. You know, that's why fasting, I do the intermittent fasting, even though I'm having creamer right now in my coffee. That's breaking my fast. But fasting is the same thing where you don't just overindulge on food and you don't just eat all crazy. You know, you fast, you reserve. Like, look, no, I'm going to chill. I'm not going to eat all this. So you know, that's the stories, man. That's the story. So over time, you know, just save up. So the dude, you know, buy a couple Axes. They're gonna go down too. You know, the gas prices for ETH is what I think. I think the ones that are good are gonna go up. They're just gonna keep going up and up and up. Good Axes. But failed breeds, where breeders are breeding like crazy now, they're gonna throw their failed breeds up here. You're gonna be able to get virgins too for like, you know, 20 bucks, maybe 15 bucks, maybe 10 bucks. You know, I don't know. You probably wind up spending $60 on a team. I mean, you know, 60 bucks is what you're gonna spend on a team. $50, $60. So find a way to make $50, $60 if it takes time, you know. Otherwise, then you're just, you know, you just suck then. You know, you're a failure at life. If you can't muster up money, then what are you doing here? You know, I mean, are you a dude on the side of the street just begging for change? You know, pull yourself up, dude. Let's go. You could do it. Find a way. With the internet, you can find a way. And especially, you live in a country, not America or an expensive country. You have an advantage because you can earn online. You can earn online and you can earn in dollar terms. But when you take it to your country, wherever it is, if it's cheaper to live than dollars, you instantly triple your value. Instantly, you might have $10 in US dollars that you earned online. When you take it locally, it's worth 30 denarii or whatever the hell. And that's what people do in the Philippines, India, and I'm sure there's other countries, but those are the two that I know of that people do that shit. So the best thing to do, I would say labor, that's instant. You can just hop up, get up, and go. Get a fucking job doing labor. But you could also do some sort of internet job. There's plenty of opportunities out there. I mean, look at me. I'm trying to do it. It ain't working, though. But I have changed my mindset a little bit here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even trying to do this to make money. I'm just out here being myself, having fun, and I like doing it. I found like, I like this. I like getting on here and just talking for 30 minutes or whatever. It's like a therapy session. I get to just talk and just chill. I get to play games. And then I get to have a channel and be like, yo, check my shit out. Yeah, check my podcast out. Check this out. Check this out. And then I get to learn too, like I was doing in the beginning of the stream where I have the audio sounds and you get to change things up. And I like making the thumbnails and the artwork and doing all this cool stuff, man. So it gives you something to do, something to look forward to. So that's why I like doing all this shit. But all right, that was a long talk. We're going to cut it there. That's going to be it for this day. Is it Tuesday edition of the stream? Thank you all for watching. Hope everybody has a great day. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Later.